saying this because due to the recent spur of incentives provided by the Norwegian government, the market share for electric vehicles in Norway has skyrocketed from just 0.7% in 2010 to 75% in 2020. So, what are the factors which have contributed to this? This is something I would like to ask Kaushik to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Taha, for that. Uh, so I would like to start off by saying that what Norway has become today in terms of the global frontrunners in the electric vehicle market. It's something that inspires the whole world, and all of them look up to it, look up to them to kind of at least if not replicate the model which we will talk about later, they at least kind of do their part on the environment. It brings a sense of sustainability in each and every country. Now, I'll take you through the short a chronology of what actually Norway did. And this all started back in 1990s, as Lalit also said. 1990 was a very crucial year for the Scandinavian economy, and a lot of policy formations happened, including uh, the fact that Norway looked at sustainability on the long run, something that actually matters to the future and the change for the greater good. So right from 1990, they've been looking at monetary and financial benefits and non-financial as well. So the financial benefits include stuff, policies such as tax exemptions and something like clear tax exemptions, because first, of course, it did start off with a 10%, a 25%, and later a 50% by 2015. But right now, Norway are aiming at something like a 90% or a 100% tax exemption. So basically, any private owner of an electric vehicle is completely exempted from tax. And now let me go for the bridge. So this was on the consumer's end. Now to the business. This is a win-win situation for both the entrepreneurs and the consumers. So as Wade stated, it's a very safe environment for entrepreneurs as well, because in one of his interviews, the remarkable Elon Musk, he was stating the fact that the companies who actually produce EVs and even promote them in the their market share are totally exempted from VAT. And exceptional because this is exceptional because even it gives a motivation for other businesses to come as well. And it's not only Tesla, but there are the models of Nissan Leaf 3 and Volkswagen Golf that have actually picked up very well in Norway. Although it's Tesla that's been the roadrunner since 2018, where more than 54% of the cars are Tesla right now in Norway. Let me take you to the fact that of the sales of electric vehicles, as you said, there's a 75% market share, which is a whopping amount. So again, chronologically going, 2012 April 2012 was the first time Norway actually saw 10,000 electric vehicles registered. And one thing we should all learn from Norway as humans and as the whole world is that we should never look back at anything, because since then it's just been going up and up. It's been skyrocketing, as you stated. So April 2012 was the first time 10,000 EVs were registered. Now the figures are going to really astonish you for the fact that by there was a slow growth. In 2016, 50,000 EVs were registered. And since then, in 2017, there were 100,000, and in 2018, 200,000, and 2020, 300,000. So this is something I don't think any other country has been able to, even project in terms of growth trajectory with respect to electric vehicles. And this is purely because of the fundamental environmental math that the government has also done, relating to the fact that incentives actually help a lot. And one last point I would like to cover before I wrap up is because of these amazing due initiatives relating to financial and non-financial incentives from the government, it's definitely been a great toll on the sustainability of the earth, a positive toll, because how CO2 emissions are actually measured is there's a unit called gram per kilometer. And this is something like, how many grams of carbon dioxide is actually emitted in the atmosphere for per kilometer run by each of the car. And this was 132 G by km, gram by kilometer back then in 2012 when 10,000 EVs were only there. And now it's drastically plummeted for the good, and it's only 29 G per km. So that's something very, very commendable the Norway government has done, and the citizens of Norway too. Yeah.
You're right, Kaushik. It's indeed remarkable that Norway has been able to do what it has been able to do. But what else is astonishing is that in addition to the 75% market share of electric vehicles, 80% of electricity Norway produces comes from renewable sources of energy. So, as quoted by their prime minister, the model that Norway has been able to produce will be very difficult to replicate elsewhere in the world. So, do you have any thoughts regarding that?
Yeah, so this is it goes without saying that for the facts and figures that I've stated, no other country looks at replicating it now. As Kunal had stated before, I mean, Norway was predominantly an oil giant first, and but they also saw that they saw a very good future in clean green energy at a very early stage. And as you said, 98% is actually released from hydropower. So it's basically a renewable source of energy given to a renewable cost that is for running electric vehicles, which an added incentive is that they have free parking and they can run on bus ferries as well for faster commute. And so putting all these factors together with free charging as well, it's something like a renewable source for a renewable cost. And that's something Norway has beautifully done. Talking about the other two Scandinavian economies here, I'm not too sure about Denmark in this place because they're still lagging behind in terms of renewable energy and EVs. But Sweden has remarkably, drastically made a difference here because right now Sweden has actually seen the cause for clean energy right now, and the fact that they can harness renewable sources. And by 2040, they're definitely looking at a good space to be where Norway is now. And if you take the big countries, this is my last point, so I'll just finish up. If you look at the big countries like India, US, and China, a lot of their energy still comes from non-renewable sources. And in India, it's a whopping 72%, if I'm not wrong, where it comes from coal and other non-renewable sources. So this is going to be very hard unless India finds a really good source to harness renewable sources of energy. Because if you keep renewing from non-renewable sources, I mean, if you keep pulling out energy from non-renewable sources for the cause of something like electric vehicles, in the long run, there's even if it's 100% market share in India, I don't think there's going to be great cause or futuristic sustainable provisions, which Norway actually has been looking at and doing from a very early stage. Hope that answers.
That absolutely answers my questions. Thank you for the insights. You did also mention that